Hello friends, this video on electric charges and fields is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 2 before going ahead with part 3. Now we will look at the different ways by which we can charge an object. How can we charge a particular object? So there are various ways of charging. We will look at them. Basically, there are 3 ways of charging an object. Charging by rubbing. When you rub an object, as you saw in the last example, initially the balloon was not charged, the cloth was also not charged. But when you rub the balloon with the cloth, they both of them got charged, right? So you can charge an object by rubbing. Similarly, you can charge by object by bringing it in contact with some other object. That is known as charging by conduction. There is another method that is known as charging by induction. So we will discuss each of them one by one. So let us look at charging by rubbing. This charging by rubbing basically charges an insulator. Now before I talk of insulator, let us tell you what an insulator is. You would have studied about conductors and insulators in your junior classes, right? Insulators is something which does not allow electricity to pass through it. Conductors are something which allows electricity to pass through it, right? Very common definition which you would have studied since your class 6th, I guess. So basically what happens is, in a conductor, you have free electrons which can move around here and there. So those free electrons can carry the charges. I mean, they can just move around here and there, and therefore we say that conductors can conduct charge. It allows current. It allows electricity to pass through it because it has free electrons. Whereas in case of insulators, they are bad conductors. They do not allow electricity to pass through because the electrons in case of insulators are not free. They are very tightly bound. So they cannot move about here and there easily. Right? So they are insulators. So when I talk of charging by rubbing, it basically takes place in insulators. Charging by rubbing works only in case of insulators. That's because, first understand how an object gets charged on rubbing. For example, if you take the example of the comb now. When you comb your hair, basically what are you doing? While combing your hair, the comb is getting rubbed with the hair again and again, right? So this now here, and a very important point to notice, the comb has to be an insulator. It has to be a plastic comb and not a wooden comb. If you want, you can try this at your home. If you try the same experiment with a wooden comb, it will not work. That's because wood is a good conductor, right? So it will not get charged by rubbing. Whereas a plastic comb, on being rubbed with your hair again and again, will get charged. That's because in case of insulators, whatever charges are coming to the insulator, it doesn't get distributed. Whereas in case of conductor, as I told you, in case of conductor, you have too many free electrons everywhere, right? So if an extra electron is coming or any excess charge is coming, it gets disappeared. How? Because it passes to earth through the conductor, because all the entire conductor has free electrons. So the free electrons will carry the charge here and there. So the charge will get distributed. Whereas in case of insulator, whatever charge comes, it stays there only because there is nobody to carry the charge somewhere else. There are no free electrons. Therefore, if you take a plastic comb in this case, your experiment will work good. That's because whatever charges come to the hair also, the comb getting rubbed with your hair again and again. So on rubbing, the comb acquires electrons. The comb gets electrons. So when it gets electrons, it becomes negatively charged because electrons are coming to the comb. So when this negatively charged comb is brought near the small pieces of paper, they are again uncharged. The phenomenon is very similar as we saw in case of the balloon example. So they are uncharged objects. So this being negatively charged, it will bring the positive end closer to it, and therefore the opposite charges will attract and the bits of paper will stick to the comb, right? So I hope you understood how an object gets charged by rubbing. An important point to note that insulators get charged by rubbing. So when I talk of conductors, there is no charging by rubbing. Let us replace the balloon with this key. The balloon being an insulator, it was getting charged on rubbing. Now instead of the balloon, if you take a key and rub it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even 1 hour over a piece of cloth, do you think that the key will stick to the wall after that? It will not. That's because this metal, the key is basically made up of some metal, and a metal is a good conductor. So what happens is, whatever charge comes to the key, it gets evenly distributed because there are free electrons inside the key to carry that charge. So the charge get appropriately earthed. So there is no excess. The conductor, the property of conductor is that it has free electrons and it will never let excess charge to move around here and there. It will get carry forwarded and it will get evenly distributed all around. So basically there will be no accumulation of excess charge in a conductor. So the conductor will not get charged by rubbing. Clear? Okay. So now here in this case, the key will not stick to the wall, it will fall down. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.